There was a time when humans were nothing more than wild animals. No language, no society, no name, just creatures fighting every single day to survive. No dreams of tomorrow, no fear of death, only the eternal struggle for life. And that was the beginning of the greatest journey in history, the journey from beast to human. A story written not in books, but on the walls of ancient caves. Billions of years ago, there were no humans, no animals, not even plants. The Earth was nothing more than a burning sphere of molten rock, hotter than the sun itself. No air, no oceans, no light. Only chaos. Yet, from this chaos, something extraordinary was about to begin. As time passed, volcanoes cooled, rain began to fall, and the first oceans were born. Within those ancient waters, chemicals collided, and from that collision, life itself sparked into existence. The first living beings were not creatures you could see with the naked eye. They were microscopic cells, tiny bubbles of life called prokaryotes. No eyes, no brains, no limbs, but they carried the secret of creation. Over millions of years, these single-celled organisms evolved into more complex eukaryotes. And for the first time, life was no longer simple. It was building itself. Oxygen filled the atmosphere. The seas became alive with strange and beautiful creatures. Then came the Cambrian explosion, a time when thousands of new species appeared in a geological blink of an eye. Fish, insects, jellyfish, all bursting into existence. The world was transforming faster than ever, and soon life dared to crawl out of the water and onto land. The first amphibians took their first steps on Earth, and nothing would ever be the same again. From these amphibians came the reptiles, the rulers of the dry lands, and from them rose a race that would dominate the Earth for over 180 million years. The dinosaurs. Towering giants like Brachiosaurus reached the treetops, while armored warriors like Triceratops defended themselves with horns sharp as spears. But ruling above all stood the king, Tyrannosaurus Rex, a beast of unimaginable power. Yet even among these giants, the skies had their own rulers. Massive flying reptiles like Quetzalcoatlus, whose wings could shadow an entire village. Below, the seas raged with monsters like Mosasaurus, fierce enough to rule the ocean depths. It was a golden age, a living, breathing planet of predators and prey. Then, one day, everything changed. A massive asteroid, larger than Mount Everest, struck the Earth near Mexico's Yucatan Peninsula. The explosion was so powerful it turned day into night. Firestorms spread. The sky filled with ash. The sun disappeared, and the world froze. Without sunlight, plants died. Without plants, herbivores starved. And soon, the mighty predators followed. The age of dinosaurs had ended, and from the ashes, a new chapter of life began. In the shadows of fallen giants, tiny fur-covered creatures emerged, the mammals. They were small, clever, and survivors. For millions of years, they hid in trees, burrows, and caves, waiting for their moment. And when it came, they adapted fast, learning to climb, run, and nurture their young. Among them were the primates, our oldest ancestors. They developed sharper vision, stronger hands, and minds that began to wonder. Some primates left the trees and learned to walk upright. This single act, standing on two legs, changed everything. Now their hands were free. They could build, fight, and create. Their eyes faced forward. They could plan, aim, dream. Over time, the Homo erectus appeared, the upright man. They made tools, hunted in groups, and mastered something that would define humanity forever: fire. Fire gave them warmth, protection, and cooked food. It gave them time to think, to talk, to imagine. They painted their stories on cave walls, the first art, the first memory, the first spark of culture. They began to communicate, not with grunts, but with the first sounds of language. From fire to speech, from caves to cities, the journey of humanity had begun. We were no longer just surviving. We were living, feeling, dreaming, and that is the story of us. From the flames of chaos to the rise of civilization, a journey billions of years in the making. Because to understand our future, we must first remember our past. Like the roots of a great tree, our origins run deep, and without them, our wings mean nothing. If this journey moved you, make sure to like this video, subscribe, and share it with others who seek to understand where we truly come from.